Yo guys, what's going on? Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a discussion style video on some new cases that I would like to see added into Escape from Tarkov, whether that be in the next patch, the next few, or in the next couple of years until release. It doesn't really matter. The point is there's still some potential for new cases to be added into the game. I have a whole list to my left here of some cases we could potentially see in the future, and I felt like let's just make a video, let's talk about them. So guys, the first one on the list is going to be the THICC ammo case. And the reason that I think a THICC ammo case would be great is just to stop this from happening. Just like all these ammos. Now, I have sorted my stash out a little bit here with ammunitions. But, you know, you see how many ammo cases I have? I mean, there's no need for this. You could just give me a THICC ammo case that cannot go inside of a THICC case or an items case. You know how they did kind of with like the THICC weapons cases or other THICC cases. You can't stack them in backpacks anymore and all that shit. So, honestly, man, I would just love to see a THICC ammo case to stop from all this clutter. Like, there's just so much clutter everywhere. Now, you can organize a little bit better doing it this way, but at the end of the day, man, I would love to see a THICC ammo case. And if we ever see traders go to, you know, if I want to go to Proper or something and I want to buy, let's just say, you know, some 7M31, if I want to buy like 1,000 rounds, let's say we ever get to that point where there's no trade limits, because maybe they eliminate the flea market or they make some changes to the flea market. If we ever get to that point of no trade limits, this would allow you to really stock up on some ammunition, and you know, you wouldn't have to worry about stash space necessarily if you had a THICC ammo case. Now, the THICC ammo case, you know, I would be fine paying like 10 mil for that. And a regular ammo case is only like 100 some thousand, you know, 200,000 rubles. I would much rather have that THICC ammo case, just like how the items cases are. I would much rather have the THICC case and just have one case, have it all in one place, and not have to worry about any organization stuff. The next thing is going to be a very similar one in the same space that we were just in, a THICC mag case. I would love to stop this from happening. I mean, it's just a bunch of shit. I mean, some of them were organized in the last wipe. I haven't even got around to it this wipe. I mean, there's literally shit everywhere, man. I just have magazines on magazines on magazines. I would love to have a THICC mag case, same exact thing. I'd pay up to 10 million rubles for that just to have a lot more space and just have a lot easier of a time when it comes to finding what I need a lot quicker. It's almost like a quality of life thing, and then you're trading your rubles for it, and I would much rather have that. But those were two very, very basic ones. The next one I want to get into is one that I bet a lot of Chads would love, and that is a THICC money case. So, honestly, man, the money cases are cool, don't get me wrong, and they do cost a decent bit, but this is not enough space, especially if you're getting into the hundreds and, you know, even a billion rubles. I haven't seen that too often, but I've seen it a couple times. But having a THICC money case would definitely help pretty much everyone. You would literally only need one THICC money case, and you'd be good for the rest of the wipe. You know, let's just say it holds up to 250 million rubles. That would be super, super nice. And, you know, a lot of the Chads, a lot of the streamers and all them, they would really appreciate that. It's a lot better than carrying around like 40 money cases in a THICC case if that's what you have to do, if you have that much cash and Escape from Tarkov. Now, that's kind of for the rare few. More of like a quality of life thing, once again, you know, for certain players. But I really don't see it hurting anything. You could make it like the size of a scav junk box or something like this. And I'd be cool with just having, or even a 10 spacer, like the size of a THICC case. Like, I'd be cool with having that big of a trade-off just to hold all my stuff in one place. The next and final THICC case that I have for an idea is a THICC wallet. And, you know, just make the image of it like a big-ass thick leather wallet. And, you know, make it like maybe the size of a money case or something. I'm not really sure how big it would be. But when it comes to a THICC wallet, you could put a couple things in there. You could put all kinds of cash, but you could also put key cards, and that would be the main thing for it, actually. Just imagine a THICC wallet filled with key cards for labs or just whatever it may be, you know. It's just an easier way to store your key cards, and honestly, I think that would be a great addition. Like I said, primarily for holding on to your key cards. But if you wanted to put money in it, you could also do that. The THICC money case, you know, I'd be cool with paying like, you know, 10 mil for that as well. And a THICC wallet, maybe, you know, 3-4 million at most. So that's just kind of where I'm at with those. Let me know how you guys are feeling about all of those. The next one, though, is going to be one that recently this wipe would have been amazing for players, and that is a crypto wallet. So I think we're only going to ever see Bitcoin in Escape from Tarkov. I don't think we'll ever see something like Ethereum, even though the guy that made Ethereum is Russian and, you know, it's a big thing over in Russia. I think Bitcoin is the thing that we're going to see the most here in Tarkov, and it's definitely going to change soon. Bitcoin is, you know, kind of all over the place right now. Obviously, every single Bitcoin item is only worth 0.2, and these are tied into IRL prices of Bitcoin. I think we're going to see this change. I would love to see like a static price of just 200,000 rubles per Bitcoin. That way, every full Bitcoin or just 1.0 BTC would be worth 1 million rubles. It would honestly work out really nicely that way, but I would love to see a crypto wallet. There's definitely a lot of uses for Bitcoin when it comes to barter trades. And for that reason, I think it would be great to have a crypto wallet, maybe the size of a money case, like maybe this big, just put all this with Bitcoin. Now, obviously, you can already put Bitcoin in here, but it just doesn't feel realistic to me. It just doesn't feel right. I would love to see just an individualized crypto wallet, and it could be even bigger than this. I mean, essentially it should be, but at the end of the day, it's got to be a video game. It's got to be balanced somehow. But essentially, a crypto wallet would be really, really cool just to hold your Bitcoin if you ever wanted to save up for like a thick item, or not a thick items, a thick weapons case. I think they're way out of price, but like 35 Bitcoin or something. But you guys get the point. I would love to see a crypto wallet. It doesn't have to be huge. It can literally be just like a USB thumb drive, a 1x1, and it would be super, super helpful. The next thing is one that personally a lot of people wouldn't use, but I, for one, think it's a great idea, and that would be a pill bottle. So right now, there's only a couple different pills in the game. You have Augmentin, which you can't really use. I think you actually can use it like once. I think it's just a one user in game, which is just like ibuprofen. Then you have ibuprofen. You have the regular PKs, which I probably don't have any. I don't really use. Oh, I do. We have the regular PKs. I think that's all the pills currently in the game. But I wanted to kind of expand on this a little bit more for the future. So in the future, we're going to have radiation. I don't know if that shows it here. It doesn't. But when you're in game, you actually you see it in your HUD. It's like right here below your weight, I think. There's a radiation system that's going to be coming in the future. And this pill bottle could have like iodine tablets in it or whatever. I think that's what they're called, iodine tablets for radiation. And, there could be a whole bunch of different pills in the future of Escape from Tarkov. Let's just say instead of painkillers, ibuprofen and Augmentin. I don't know if there's ever going to be infections or poison or what there's going to be. But, there's so many different things you could do with it. Let's say you break an arm and instead of pain, you get severe pain, which you can only fix with ibuprofen. And let's say you get shot once, you have regular pain, then you can use regular painkillers. So it could go really in depth in the future. And I think a 1x1 pill bottle that's like a 10 slot that you could keep in your gamma container would be a really nice addition, because then you could have all these different pills and then you could use them situationally. So it'd be a lot more in depth. This is a future endeavor, but I think the pill bottle is the most useful one. And the other ones that we've discussed so far are just quality of life. So I think the pill bottle would actually be on the top of the list for, actual practicality and Escape from Tarkov gameplay. But the other ones are more economy and just quality of life. So the next one is going to be a toolbox. The toolbox would be it would be half the size of Lucky Scav Junk Box. So this one is a 4x4. So it would be, I guess, a 2x2, or no, it would be, let's just say a 4x2. It wouldn't be a 2x2. It's way too small. So it would be half the size of this. It would be 4x2, and it would have half the space that a Lucky Scav Junk Box has. So these have 196. So we can just call it an even 100 because I can't math. But like 98 or something? I don't know. But it would be like a 98 space, and it would take up half the size, like I said, and it would not be able to go in thick cases. Like regular Scav Junk Boxes, they would not be able to go in. And this would be primarily for like tools, not specifically the tool category. We're going to get into another one here soon that's kind of in the tool category, but we have some stuff in here. All this stuff would be able to go in there, but there's other things like duct tape and the other tape. I can't remember what the other one's called. There's a lot of stuff that actually could also go in the quote-unquote toolbox. Now, it wouldn't be like too many different things out of all these barter items. Like WD-40 could go in there. A lighter could go in there. Just looking at some of the other stuff, the batteries, I guess, could go in there. T-shaped plugs could go in. USB adapters, I wouldn't see why not, but hard drives wouldn't be able to go in there. Capacitors, sure. There's a bunch of different things that could go in a quote-unquote toolbox, like a ceiling foam. A ceiling foam could go in there. Plexiglass could go in there. Silicone tubes, pack of screws, like all that stuff. The insulating tape, the duct tape, all this stuff could go in there. So like building materials and like tools, all that stuff could definitely go in a quote-unquote toolbox. Like I said, half the size of a Scav Junk Box and then half the container size. The next one is going to be very similar to what I just talked about, but it's going to be a tool belt. And Where this would fall is honestly somewhere new. It would have to be on the character here. Now, we are going to see some sort of change at some point when it comes to putting in armor plates, and I think we're going to see customizable rigs in the far future. So this one is going to kind of fall in that category when we see those customizable rigs. So it would be in your rig category, but it would technically be on your stomach when it comes to your actual player model. Like, it would be right here, and that would be a tool belt. I would love to see a tool belt added. It's literally only for barter items. It's just going to be a tools only, that tool category that we checked out here in the market. It would be these items only, and it would be a free slot on your rig. So it would not take any spots out of your rig. It would just be an additive. So you could add it to any rig in the game. A tool belt, let's say it costs 25K to run. You can put, buy from trader, put it right on your rig. You have that tool belt. So all of these items, you could then pick them up, and it could just be a literal or it could be a 2x4. So then you could pick up the tool set as well. So like this guy right here, this is, it's not worth a lot now, but at the beginning of the wipe there, good. So I think a tool belt would be really, really cool. The next one is a little far-fetched, and honestly, you really probably will never ever see this, but I called it two different things. I called it an atlas and a GPS. So you have all your maps here. Let's say you have a compass on your character, then you could upgrade your atlas to a GPS. Players who don't like to run maps or haven't memorized all the maps. Now, me personally, I have every map memorized except reserve since I haven't played it that much. And I literally know every single spot on every single map. But, when streets come out, or maybe players that are new, they don't know the maps and they have to run a map on their second monitor. But if they don't have a second monitor, that's a really good price for that. What is map right there? But, let's just see, like, you could put all these maps in just like an atlas book or something. And it would just be like a 1x1, and you could have all your maps inside of that. And then if you, have a GPS, if you have your compass on your character, you could then turn that atlas into like a GPS, and you could see yourself on your map. Like if you physically pull out your map, you'd be able to line yourself up by using your compass or something like that. Something along the lines where you could physically pull out a map in raid, have your compass side by side, and you could look and find your location on the map. So I think that'd be something interesting. I don't think we'll ever see it, to be honest with you, but I felt like throwing it in. I felt like it was creative, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. The next one is just complete stupidness. I called it a bookshelf, and this would be able to hold all of your diaries and the regular book that you find in safes and just stuff like that. Just books, anything book related. I guess you could put Intel in there, just kind of stuff relating to that. You could probably put your maps in there as well. I called it a bookshelf. I don't know what else you would call it, but it was just something funky and something else I thought of while I was looking through some of these items here. The last and final one I had labeled as a treasure chest or a safety deposit box, and this would be for your valuables only. So only things in this category right here, including Bitcoin, would be able to go into like a quote-unquote treasure chest. So anything in the valuable slot would be able to go into the safe deposit box or the treasure chest. This could be like a 2x6, like the size of a money case, and you'd be able to put all of this stuff in there. Let's say there's like 49 slots, and it'll give you a lot of, a lot of stuff that you can just put into the treasure chest. Is what I called it because, valuables, treasure, whatever it may be. But that is all I have for the discussion topics today. Make sure you guys are tagging your favorite creators to see if they like this style video, or not like the style, but like what I said today in this video, because I'm not a big creator, but if one big creator picks it up, that way there's a lot better chance that we actually might have some of these things in the future. So just one little small channel talking about it, you might not see change, but let's say you see THICC pick it up, or Clean pick it up, or Pastilla even, one of these big guys, even if we just get the pill bottle or, some of the other stuff for quality of life, that would be a huge change in the right direction for Escape from Tarkov. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave that like, tag your favorite creator, subscribe to the channel. Once we hit 1,000 subs here on this channel, we're going to be doing a hardcore series. I'm super excited for that, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I'm out.